and welcome back to Redneck Snack and Food Reviews. And this is a quick announcement. I am doing this review in two parts. I think this is Crumbl Cookies review part 6. This is the 6th time I've done a Crumbl Cookies review. We're going to keep rolling on, doing more and more parts until I've tried most of the cookies, and it's going to kind of slow down, and I'll start, featuring the couple I haven't tried. But we've got to at least try 10 more weeks of, these shenanigans until, I've tried pretty much most of them. At least. I don't really know how many weeks it is. It's a long time from now. But anyways, exciting 4th of July week lineup. These will only be available through today. So, again, I'm late. But guess what, guys? You will get a review, part 7 from me, Monday, that day of. You don't typically get that right now because, there's not one around my hometown, so it's kind of hard to get around to it. But I try to get around to it by the end of the week, and I've been doing well. So I hope you are pumped for this video. So why is it in 2 parts? Well, as you may have already predicted, they ran out of the People's Choice cookie, which is like 2 Oreo cookies with Oreo cream in between them. It's kind of like an Oreo, but they have little brownie pieces in there. I forgot to look at the details of all these, but y'all know the details. I will copy or I'll write down every little thing before I upload this video. But yeah, I'm excited to give you my opinion on these cookies. So we've got, and I don't remember the names, I just know there's cornbread, there's this American themed cake batter, there is a Hazelnut Crunch, I think it's called. They can't call it Nutella anymore because Nutella would sue them. And then I've got an oversized coconut lime cookies. So, obviously the People's Choice cookie is not there. Oh well, I will show every cookie off the best that I can to you. And let's get this rolling. I'm going to start from that side to this side. I'm more excited about the cornbread. Of course, I don't remember if any of these are new. I don't think any of them are. But there's your thumbnail. It might look awkward. But yeah, so we've got coconut lime. It kind of looks a little broken as it is. I got some chocolate on this little piece, so I'm probably going to eat that. But there's that. It's got a lime on it. I'm going to go ahead and take this little piece off that's kind of hanging off anyways. So it's a chilled cookie, as you may have already predicted. And I think it's like a coconut lime, icing. So exciting stuff. This summer they pledged to rotate that sugar cookie out every 2 weeks because it's their least popular flavor, and they wanted to get as many flavors out there this summer as they could. So they've been doing the fruit flavors every 2 weeks, and I'm all here for it. It gives me some crazy content to go through. But please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and check out my Instagram, Redneck Snack and Food. And we're going to go ahead and get to eating these cookies. So, coconut lime. Something with these fruit-flavored sugar cookies are really good. I love the Sour Patch Kid from about a couple weeks ago. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. They did a great job on that, and I give them props. I wasn't a huge fan of the fruit pizza. I'm not going to lie. It was okay. But they did an amazing job of that. I think they did a good job here, too. I really need a little bit more of a taste. Okay, I was going to say I don't really feel like I get a lot of coconut, but it's there. It's just so much going on, so much sugar, that's kind of hard to concentrate on. But you got the nice zest of the lime, and then the nice, taste of that coconut, that, I guess, milky taste. And coconut's got a little bit of a sourness to it. So it's all balanced really well with that sweetness of the sugar cookie. I really do like this a lot. I just wish it was a little more easy, a little easier to kind of just like concentrate on what's going on here. I think I would definitely like a key lime pie flavor better. You know, that's just me. But overall, it's a solid flavor. It's really good. It's really rich. I'm going to give it an 8.5 just because I'm just not really sold on just everything. I just feel like it's a lot going on, and I wish it kind of just was more comprehensible, you know? So let's go on to this Hazelnut Crunch. It's basically got, I say basically a lot, that's what my boss says, but it's got hazelnut inside of it. I don't remember if the icing's hazelnut, but I believe it is, and then you got hazelnut chunks, so there's a good look at that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half, and then cut a fourth from that to get the best out of a fourth that I can, since it's filled. It's not overly filled, and I understand it. I mean, they're probably running low on supplies. I was surprised when they said that they were going to be able to have the People's Choice cookie tomorrow, so I'm going to order that at midnight and show up there at 10 a.m. Yeah, this location opens up at 10 a.m. Can't really explain it, but oh well. Let's try this out. That's very gooey, sticky, and very rich. I do taste the Nutella, not a whole lot, but then that chocolate cookie kind of throws in an imbalance. There's a little bit of dryness to it too, but I do like that flavor. I'm going to clean my knife off. I do really like that flavor. That is one of my favorites that I've had to date. So a lot of people are talking about how they love the Heath Bar one, and that was their favorite. And this can't be but so different than the Heath Bar, can it? I mean, it does have Nutella and stuff, but I mean, it's got the same kind of base here. So I think the problem with the Heath Bar is chilled, so I wasn't as huge as a fan. It's more like a cake, like a fudgy cake type of thing. I really like that. I really do. I wish I had a little bit more Nutella flavor there, but I'm also going to give that an 8.5. So I'm really loving these cookies. I know a lot of people were vibing with this week, while they weren't vibing with last week. And I can understand. These are some really good cookies. Last week, there was like a couple, one maybe that stood out, and the others kind of fell flat, in my opinion. But when they fall flat, they're still good cookies, to say the least. So this is a cake batter flavor with red, white, and blue sprinkles. This looks like it's got a lot going on to it. I've had the Confetti Cake one. I think that was one of the first ones I've had. And I thought a lot was going on with that. And the sugar cookie, I think I liked more just for some reason. But yeah, I'm going to cut a fourth out of this and try it just like the others. The look of it kind of reminds me of Dunkaroos. So if it tastes like Dunkaroos, which I think the Confetti Cake one did, I'm probably gonna like it. So let's go ahead and try this one out. Yep, that's what it tastes like. And my sister also noted that it tastes like those store-bought cookies. And what I can kind of agree to an extent. I do like this better because, of course, they're freshly made cookies and they're not store-bought, you know. But anyways, no, it really reminds me of Dunkaroos, and you know, I fell in love with Dunkaroos when they came back. So if you like Dunkaroos and you wanted a cookie form, well, that's good. That's real good. So again, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but it is a really good cookie. And so far this week has really You know, they're doing so good, and I can't wait to get to this cornbread. And then the People's Choice cookie tomorrow, which I will, you know, fuse in. By the way, this is I did this Friday. That's, you know, that's why I'm able to do. You understand. Yeah, some nice, rich cake batter flavor. I wouldn't say it's, I mean, it's more like a cake icing kind of vibe here. You know, it's a really good cookie. Yeah, that last bite could definitely taste a lot more cake batter-esque kind. And that kind of pulled away from what you get with a Dunkaroo. But essentially, it's a really good cookie. I don't know if I like this as much as the other two. So I'm going to go ahead and say that is an 8. And so I've got one more cookie to try. This is about the most southern cookie you could ever get. It is the cornbread cookie. And so it's got, looks like butter, but I think it's like a dab of cream on top. And it's got some honey syrup, I believe. Here's a good look at it. It is a pretty cookie. A lot of people love this one, I think. Of course, I haven't tried it. I'm going to try and get that little dab of icing in the middle, kind of even it out. And get me a 4th or something, you know, kind of relative to a 4th, and try the last cookie of this part of the review. Don't forget to tune in for the People's Choice cookie. Definitely cornbread-esque, which is interesting. I prefer my cornbread on the sweeter side. This is not very sweet, but it is a very unique cookie, and it's quite enjoyable. Do I think I like it as much as the other 3? No. And I still got to try that little dab of icing. But it is unique, and it is just intriguing. And I think it's definitely worth trying. If you want something different than a cookie, like if there's someone in your party that's, you know, not a sweet tooth kind of person, that's a good cookie for them, for sure. So keep eating so I get my final thoughts on this. So that cream on top is like, kind of like a butter, like a, not, kind of like a maple butter kind of thing, like a brown sugar butter flavor. It slaps. That's the sweetness that you kind of want. So if you're kind of thinking you want that throughout the whole cookie, just try and spread it throughout the top of the cookie. That's my recommendation. But that just made the cookie so much better to me. I definitely love how they got the flavor right. It's a good cookie. Can't go wrong with it. I'll give it, you know, I think it's on par with that birthday cake batter. I'm going to give it an 8. And some people might like it more. I just think, just trying to compare it to the other two, the first two just were better to me. But you can't go wrong with any of these cookies. And I really bet you that People's Choice cookie will be really good. So we'll hop on into reviewing that. Yeah, this is a fire lineup. So if you're watching last minute, you want to get these Crumbl cookies. All right? So here we go. Okay, guys, I'm back. And I got the last cookie to try for the week. Now, if you're watching this, you might want to run on off the Crumbl because this is a popular cookie. I had to do 2 separate reviews, obviously, because this one sells out fast. And this is your last chance to have a dance with this cookie. So I do have a complaint. One cookie is smaller than the other. So I'm a little, you know, but I think the reason is they're running low. And it's Saturday. So they're running low. It is what it is. Can't be nitpicky. But we'll get a look at it from the box. It had a little paper wrapper on it too. Kind of, I guess, to protect it. But let's go ahead and pose with this because this could end up being my thumbnail. rather than the other one. Just because this one's more special, right? You know, everyone's freaking out about this. So it's 2 Oreo cookies, which I don't think I've had the Oreo ones. I don't know how much different it'll be than the chocolate. 2 chilled Oreo cookies with an Oreo frosting, and then there are brownie bites in it. So very intriguing. This is what the people voted on off of like certain little brackets that Crumbl Cookie made. Not very creative, folks. I mean, this is going to be interesting. I like Oreo, but y'all aren't creative. Come on, y'all got to do something weird. I'm going to make it my mission to get people out there to just make the most disgusting combination of a cookie ever. We're going to do it, folks. We are going to do it next time they have one of these. But yeah, I'm ready to try this out, and I don't want to hold y'all too much longer, so let's go. Okay. This kind of does taste like a giant cold Oreo. Okay, so the cookie definitely tastes like one of those Oreo wafers. I will give them that. They did a good job there. The cream ain't quite as sweet to me. I don't know. You know, has anyone else noticed that? Not quite as sweet. But it does kind of remind me of an Oreo. Yeah, it's not quite as sweet. And I couldn't find those brownie pieces, but there they are. I don't know. I like it, but I'm not loving it. Those brownies do add a nice dynamic, though. That makes me like it a little bit more. I just wish they were kind of spread out, you know. But that brownie center really kind of hits it really well, brings it home. There's like a chocolate chip in that brownie. Oh, that's so good. But other than that, I mean, it's a decent cookie. I do like how big and patriotic it is, you know. This is one of the most American things you could ever get. Got a little bit of mess here. But it's nothing overwhelmingly great. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to heat up the rest of it tomorrow or something, just to test it like that. Taste it like that. Because I like to test like the chilled cookies and how they are heated up. So honestly, I was sitting on giving it like a 7, but I'll give it a 7.5 because those brownies in the center are really good. So I don't know, that was probably my least favorite of the whole batch. Call me crazy all you want, but I thought it was just okay. So, and this old lady who works at America. So I got one more thing to say. But I'll give that a 7.5. This old lady that works at America's Mattress keeps looking at me. And so initially I kind of like parked. There's a sign that says America's Mattress, customers only. And I parked there for, you know, a few seconds. I wasn't really parked. And then I saw her come out and I just saw the parking spot behind me. Has no sign or anything. I just pulled back in there. Now, my thing is that they you know, they don't have any power over parking spaces, I don't think. I thought that was what I was told, is that parking spots are owned by the local municipality, the local city, that a storefront does not own those parking spots. So with that said, why are you putting a sign there? Ain't that sign illegal? I'm probably going to walk up there and be like, hey, ma'am, I don't think that sign is quite legal. Unless they made an agreement with Crumbl Cookies, which they very well could have. But still, neither of those businesses have control over the parking lot. The municipality does. So that's kind of frustrating. Just look at that lady just keep coming out. I think she's smoking cigs too. But she keeps walking out and back and forth. It's like, I'm not in your parking spot anymore. I'm in the back lot. So, but yeah, come at me, America's Mattress. No one wants your mattresses. We want Crumbl Cookies. This is America. Don't judge us. So anyways, that's my review. I'm sticking to it. And pretty solid week. I thought all the cookies were great. This one was good. But am I the only one here that's just like not hyping it up like it is being hyped up, you know? I really liked all the others more. So that's just my opinion. And it may be an unpopular one, but it's an opinion, and there you have it. So I will see y'all around.